Hello and happy Monday. We are this week going to combine our singles and couples class into kind of one thing that everybody can sort of use and do together.
This certain element can be used by beginners. We have a way. It can be used by intermediates. It has a way. And it can be also used by advanced.
Or singles and couples, just understanding the technique that we really want you to start applying to make your turns and spins better.
And the main topic is our shoulders. Her shoulders for today. It's her shoulders, and really what I'm doing through her hand to make her shoulders do what I want them to do.
A lot of ladies come to us and really want help with, their turns and spins, and they're losing it through the follow through their body before that even gets to their feet. So there's ways to fix that.
And I'm going to be creating the action and trying my best to explain it to you, and she is going to be doing the reacting to my action.
You also can see we got some blue lines on the floor today. We're going to kind of be using those as some guides to help, give better visuals for what you can see.
All right, so if we were this is on the fly, but I'm going to do a start. Ready and step. Touch, 3 and 4, turn her through, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and you see how I followed her. If I turn her, she's going to have momentum going that way, so I need to sort of drift her way just slightly a little bit. Ready and 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and stop on one hard. Say it too
I
loud.
know, the lines are going to drive me crazy. I'm going to be worried about it.
Well, you could make a little larger.
Could have made them a little bigger.
So, but here's my point. I'm going to talk about the lead for just a second for that. When we're leading her, guys, the right hand on the back and the left hand connected to her right hand work in sync with each other. 3 and 4, 5. I open up just a little bit because I have slack to do that. 3 and 4, 5, 6. At the same time she's coming through 6, here's my action on the and really. And 1. And I'm not leading the and, but my action is through the 6, and her action is going to be propelling herself through the 1. So that's what I'm talking about. My action and her reaction is the same speed. I give her the action, and she reacts the same speed the very next count. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And stop on 1. And if you have a strong enough right hand, right fingers, guys, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. This hand can just be for show. Sometimes you don't really need to turn her all the way. What my job is, and I'm gonna hush after this, what my job is her center and my center. I am trying to get our centers squared up, and she knows that. So she's going to be trying to give a little effort in squaring her center up to my center, and then we rely on that as momentum for her to spin. 3 and 4, 5, 6, I'm done. 3 and 4, 5, 6. My job is to get her facing me, and then everything releases off after that. I don't have to crank her around. I just get her started and let her react to my action.
So there's a couple of things that we're going to talk about. One is kind of matching some footwork. It might be on the 1 and the 2, it might be on the 3 and the 4. And the other thing is using the floor, pushing through the floor to provide us some momentum, and that's where the power is going to come from to make these turns happen. So as we're here, that momentum's got to come off the 5, 6, okay, off the rock step. We've got to really use that to propel ourselves forward. So we do start 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. Now I've got to use my foot, the back foot and the front foot here, to push forward and to get my momentum started for that spin or turn, whatever you want to call it. But watch the 1 and the 2. Okay, so pay attention to my 1 and my 2. They should be very similar in the position that they are on the floor. So we'll rock step from here. We do a 3, 4. Oh, 5, 6. I want
3 and 4.
Now 5, 6, 1, I gotta stop. So 1 is almost back towards Sam, so my and 2, pretty close to being back towards Sam again, and then I finish that turn up. I'm gonna do it without stopping this time. Am I counting correctly? 3 and 4, rock. 5, 6, 1 and 2. 3 and 4, 5, 6. I feel the 1 and the 2 kind of cutting across that corner, and then the 3 and the 4 sort of settle me down, and then my rock step's just normal. All right, so we're going to show that turn technique using these strips that we have down the dance floor. So 3 and 4, rock back. 5, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. I'll do it coming back this way. 3 and 4, rock, step, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, rock, step. So it may not be perfect, but it's going to be pretty close. Remember, as we do this, 3 and 4, rock, step. My 6th step there is going to open up. That's going to start my turn. My 1 is going to land somewhere in this area. I want to flip my shoulders and hips. And 2, I'm pretty close back to that same position. 3 and 4, rock, step. I'll do it again. Sometimes hard, going slow. 3 and 4, rock, step. Now here's my 1, then my and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have another little tool we're going to use, and this we just found it laying around the ballroom. Actually, it's a little short, but it'll work. But what I want you to understand is that both of your shoulders are going to work in unison. So when you get led, both of them will open, but both of them are going to come around. Just because this arm's working, you can't leave this one out. So if I did a turn and I went here and I ended up wrapped with my arm wrapped around my stomach, then I didn't use this side of my body correctly. So with this little stick we have, when that starts to go, you can see that this side of my body reacted exactly like this side of my body did. So if you can kind of get used to that, that's going to help lead those turns to come on around and get you all the way around. So go through the footwork that we were just doing. Sam led me on an inside turn. We did a 5, 6 as we start to go. Now my 1 and my 2, I want both arms, both sides of my body to work. And then we come on out. So, like I said, if you have something like this, maybe a little bit longer, because usually my frame is a little bit longer than this, but you're learning for your frame to work is going to help all your turns. So you can't just turn with one side of your body. You've got to make sure that you're kind of closing up this side and you're opening this side at the same time so that everything is working together.
So folks, listen to this. You rely on the action from the guy, the reaction from the lady, and that is when she lands her 1, she sort of propels off of that and hits an and 2. That's why we can relax after the 1, because all the action really occurs on the and 2. That's the athletic ability to just flip your shoulders sometimes, and 4, 6, 1 and 2. 3 and 4. When you're hitting that rhythm in your spin, you've obviously flipped your body around to some extent in order to make that work. 3 and the action on the and 2, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Quick on the and 2. All right.
Another good point to make before we go away from it is that all my steps traveled down the slot. Sometimes problems occur with ladies because they'll do 1 and they're almost going backwards, okay? If you don't go anywhere and continue down that slot on that and, it makes it really hard to make the 2 happen. So here's my 1, here's my and, here's my 2. Everything continued the way I'm crossing that to go to the other side of the slot. So make sure that your steps are continuing that motion. We do not want to go here, 1 and, I'm never going to get there. So make sure your and opens up and continues around.
All right, one more thing from me on this, guys. You can't do a normal rock step. You're in her way. You have to back out of her way, and that's going to angle you towards this corner just a little bit. And then this is where you square her up to. 3 and 4, 5, 6. Now I'm done. 3 and 4. You're essentially trying to get her to face this way. And once she faces me, 3 and she's going where I'm basically facing. She's gonna come back to where I'm facing. So you want that correct space. When I do my rock step, I'm sort of backing up and I have a good firm foundation, base, whatever you wanna call it, on my right foot. 5, 6, and then boom, my 1 and 2 freeze up because everything sort of relaxes in the air on after the 1.
Yeah, keep in mind, we want to save at least this last quarter of a rotation to be slowing down and making the end of that turn pretty. I don't want to be here on count 1 and 2 and try to be squared up and finished, because that's going to make it real abrupt, and I want to take the 2 to the 3 to settle and to finish that last quarter, even that 1/8 of a turn sometimes, but to slow it down, have my balance, and make that look nice and controlled instead of an abrupt ending after that.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to use that time to ooze through the ending.
All right, so now we're moving on to a different space, okay? Instead of being in like a start position, we're gonna have my right hand in her right hand. And we're gonna turn her through, hand over the head, come down on the right hand, still 5, 6, release it, 2, 3, and 4, 5, maybe a tuck turn here, 3 and 4, 5, 6. All right, so she came right back to where she started. I gave her the momentum, and she has the sense enough to keep her shoulder going down the slot, and that's going to keep her feet following her shoulders down the slot. I can stay close to her. I can't be far away. I don't have slack in my arm to give her a little out, and then the real lead occurs. So I'm close to her. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. All right, so my footwork, there is my action, there is her reaction, and then there is another reaction in me. And it's what sometimes my 5, 6. You see how my 6 just spread a little bit? Because I'm giving her a little slight lead forward, and that pulls my 6 foot the opposite direction that I'm pulling her. 3 and 4, 5, just a little, 1 and 2. And then everything releases after I get her squared back up to me. Same concept, just different space. I'm using different, not using this hand. And we could, but we're not going to in this session. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2. And keep in mind, one more thing about this, is that the hand's not down here. 5, 6. That makes it have to go way too far up, too quick. 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. I'm right in line with her shoulder. That's exactly what I'm trying to lead, and she has an angle between my connection and her shoulder. And that perpendicular angle, oh Lord, here we go, I'm getting deep. That perpendicular angle in her elbow is huge because there's a perpendicular angle in my elbow too. 5, 6, and there they go. And when we have our elbows matching, we can have a slight, subtle, equal contact to get that connection to do what it's supposed to do, which is create a turn for her shoulders. Whew.
I talk. Okay, so Sam said something about leading me forward on that 6 because we're gaining momentum and he's leading that turn. Well, when he does that, here's my 5. When we're connected here and he leads me, I don't just take a big step. That doesn't work. What has to happen? You got to push off this back foot. So as I rock and he pushes, now I'm going to excel off that back foot, which gives me momentum going forward to take that step and make everything elongate. I cannot do it from a rock big step without using that back leg and pushing. Okay.
2 things you use, ladies, at the same time.
was like, oh, let me talk. Go ahead.
Two things you do at the same time, ladies. When you feel my hand get tight on count 5, that's when the ball of your foot gets tight too. And now I'm sending you a signal right here on count 5. I'm not pulling you yet. I just have a tightness, a tension right here. And her angle is huge right here of her elbow. My angle's a little wider, but it's fixing to get tighter, okay? It's fixing to get smaller. 5. Now put the pressure in your foot, ladies, and push off 5. When I pull forward, help me push off down there at the floor. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so that was a lot said in just a short amount of time, but so you can rewind that, go to sleep with the ear pods on or something, but dream about that, because that is a huge factor. That is a huge element. That's a small element that makes dance
A big difference.
a big difference, yeah. Okay, now we're going to talk about the correct spacing and the correct lead timing for the tuck turn. All right, but I like showing this my right hand and her right hand, and I'm off the slot. That's good, as you can see that. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. And you can end up here, or you can end up back in the slot, one or the other. So we're coming from this side again. Now, guys, remember, this is the kind of, it's a longer action for me, because I'm trying to spin her around for count 3 first. 1 and 2. Now, my job is to take this leg, is to take her center, really. She takes her own leg, is to take her center and get it facing to me again. There's a little action in my wrist. 3. And once I create that action, that's the only action I need. And that's when she follows what my action is. First, I get her to face her. Yep, that's my job. And then I get her to turn away from me, but face me again, and then I release. That's my job. And 4, 5, 6, face me, rock, step, pull her through. 3 and 4. Now, focus. I want you to focus. We'll do it slow as we can. But I want you to focus what my right middle finger does. 3 and 4, 5, 6. And you can do it with your 2 middle fingers. You could probably do it with the first 3 fingers, but it's just involving more fingers, and you have to understand it in order to do that. 1 and 2, 3, 4. And at some point I'm using this part of my fingers to release her in this turn. Probably got too far away. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All that action happens in the air within her shoulders, and she reacts from that down to the floor. But now, the pressure she has on count 3 when I'm leading her is a lot. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's got to do I do a slow, quick. She does a slow on count 2, but on count 3, she does a quick. So she's got to be a good follower, a good reactor to the actions that my hands are giving.
On these tuck turns, I like to keep my nose facing the direction I'm going through the 1 and 2. For instance, 5, 6, 1. See how I'm looking here? So you can look at your partner, but that's just like a quarter turn and a quarter turn of changing your head that you don't have to do. So I like to stay focused the way I'm going. Here's my 1 and 2. Now, that's that connection that Sam's talking about. It's right here. I know he's gonna lead me, so I'm ready for that. My 3 is gonna come on around, 3 and 4. Sometimes I can travel that, sometimes it'll stay more in place, but again, my 3 and my 4 are gonna be very similar steps. And you should sort of feel that, and that really kind of helps my timing too. As I feel the dum da dum, 3 and 4, same step, right on the beat with the music. All right, so we're gonna go through our tuck turn footwork so you can see the lines for my slot. We do 3 and 4, rock, step. Here's my 1 and 2, and that's open. Now my 3 and my 4 will look similar. 3 and 4, rock out. 5, 6. Coming back this way again. 3 and 4, rock, step, 1 and 2. Then my 3 and 4, and then turn, finish, rock, step. I can also do that if I went up on the balls of my feet. Some of you are probably more comfortable, but don't go up, just be on the balls of your feet. My knees are still soft. 3 and 4, rock, step, 1 and 2. My feet will be a little bit closer together now. 3 and 4, and then rock, step. I went off the slide a little bit, but again, kind of hard with that partner. 3 and 4, rock, step, 1 and 2. Now be on the balls of my feet, but with slightly bent knees. 3 and 4, rock, step. 4, here's my rock. Rock, step, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, rock, step. If I'm traveling, even if I'm traveling just a little bit, again, everything goes down the line of dance. I don't want to take steps back this other direction, but everything's going to travel. I'm thinking about my 3 and my 4, and then slowing down towards the end so that it's nice and relaxed there at the end.
And ladies, Lisa said something about knowing that I'm going to turn her, feeling it up here in the air. And because my tension hadn't let up yet, I'm not pulling on her yet, but my tension is here, trying to keep this pressure point together. And now she feels this tension, and then I continue on with that lead. So we have a great deal of feel in between our connection, and that's one thing we wanted to bring out today, what the connection does for each other. And throughout this, you can go back and you can watch the angles of our elbows. When we have the same angles, that means we basically have the same pressure in our fingers, and now we can react really good or we can act and she can react really good, and that's sort of what everybody wants. But you got to pay attention to detail that you really can't really see it unless we bring it out to you. That's usually private lesson information, isn't it?
There's one, I said there's one point there where I'm ready. We've got that tension, but let's say that Sam does nothing with it and lets it go. Then that 1.5 turn is going to turn into just a half a turn. So we're here, and then nothing. He doesn't leave me to do anything. And I do a single.
I purposely let it go because the only thing is it's a little bit of show after it, because it just goes, now stop.
Easy out.
Once she feels that pressure, that tension, my fingers relax. Okay, I relax it so she can feel that it's over. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6. Just stop her, and you let her go the other way. That's the lead. I stopped her. That's all I have to do. Now she's going to go the other way. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So also, if I let him lead every turn that I do, unless it's a free spin, but when we connect up, I'm waiting to see how much rotation he wants to give my body, either like none, and I just turn around and face him, or if he's bringing this side of my body on around, and I know we're doing a 1.5. But I'm ready to receive either lead at that point. So we're here, 5, 6, 1, and 2. What's going to happen? Is nothing's going to happen, or is he going to press into me, give me some tension, so that he can take this back foot? Now do it and take it. See, he led my whole body around. I did that on one foot, but I also can step that out either way. But I'm waiting on him to lead that. I let him lead that. I don't just decide, because I see people do this, so I don't do this. He's leading, and then the ladies go, I'm going to do my turn. And you just go. And you're not letting him lead that.
Rhythmically, that was a mess.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Don't do a turn just cause you can. Let the guy lead that. Makes him a better leader, makes you a better follower.
Okay.
Back to the stick.
She's gonna beat me.
Mike.
This is our newest item. It's called our shag stick.
Sam's gonna sell
So, all right, so here's the inside turn, but I'm gonna let her arm go, okay? Just pretend like I have her hand, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, pull her by, 1 and 2. I'll show you again, 4, 5, and I just put my 2 middle fingers right here, guys. 2 middle fingers because that's what I would have here, are these 2 middle fingers, because the less fingers, really the better. But so anyway, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Remember, once I get her facing me, I'm done. So 5, 6, I'm done. 2, 3 and 4. Then follow her to reconnect. All right, that was an inside turn. This is the tuck turn. 3 and 4, single turn. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. Now usually I would have her hand a little higher right here, but she's not gonna raise that bar high. So I'm just trying to get her shoulders. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Try this. If you if you have something at home, I like this because I have to put pressure here, and then I have to reverse pressure to here, just like a tuck turn, 3 and 4. I have to apply pressure here, rock, step, to get her to come back through. And she applies a little pressure, but you know, this is something you can feel together.
What I feel is that it's engaging both sides of my body, and it's creating my frame that's sort of helping me learn and feel that. So that I've got both of my arms here that are connected and that are working, and it's engaging this side of my body.
So, yes, and I know this is not going to be like that. So,
but it's got to learn to react that way.
Do it one time, like 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Let her still have it. Don't take it away from her. Do the tuck like that. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so this is one reason we're doing this, because there's an item in between our connection, right? So when you're here, create that item, create that tension right here between the bend of your fingers. All right, so now what we have,
You're gonna do the 1 1/2.
I was gonna do the 1 1/2 to show you what this finger here does. And 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You really have to do it a lot more when you have this wooden dial in your hand. But it's if you can do this, you will feel like, oh, that's what it is, because she actually puts a little pressure in that dial to equal the pressure I'm putting in this finger. Okay, so you know it's not a lot of pressure. Oh, that finger, it hurts too. I have this finger is a lot bigger than this finger, and I have shagturnitis in my finger because my partners sometimes wear it out. But anyway, that's another story. And now I want to come back and do this to music, because here's what happens when we do it to music. The elbow creases tighten up. They get smaller. Okay, some I get, and then we both. And when we both are drawing our elbows up, we're equal in our fingers, and that's what happens when we dance to music.
All right.
We go from a start position. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 4, 6. You might see a reaction in me doing a sailor as I turn her, or after I turn her, really. 4, 5, 6. Coaster sailor. 4, 5, 6. So now pay attention to how our 6 feet come together and they're on the same line. That shows that we are engaging equally. 6. Now we'll do the tuck turn. I would really do that with this hand if I wasn't going to. 1, 2, 4. Now we'll do the turn and a half. 4, 6. So I don't pull her through the 6. I just get her position right, like she knows a turn's coming. It's not at all the lead like that. Oh, like the inside turn. It's I just raise. Now I put the pressure. 5, 6, 1, 2. If I want her, I'm not gonna talk over you. What are we doing now? 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop on 1. So, if you could put that in slow motion, folks, and watch our elbows, our elbows draw up to each other. It's more my elbow drawing up because Lisa has that tension and her elbow, it'll draw up some, but 3 and 4, 5, 6, right there. Once those 2 elbows draw up together, doesn't that make sense that we are equal and that we are providing the couple with momentum to do the lead and the follow process?
Yep. All right, so put you some tape down, grab you a mop handle, and see what you can get done this week. And we will see you next Monday.